Hi guys, welcome back. This video is going to be talking about your road position when you're driving and when you're parking. We're going to show you some reference points in my vehicle and give you a bit of a feel for where things might be when you're doing lessons with your instructor. So lots of learner drivers struggle with road position. Sometimes they're over on the left, sometimes they're over on the right. Some people just don't get it. Generally, we drive on the left-hand side of the road in this country because we're in England, and we try and stay about a metre from the curb if we can. This is going to help us with lots of things. We're going to be able to avoid potholes. We're going to be able to avoid hitting the curb. We're going to be able to avoid going through all the bumps and lumps which are on the left-hand side a lot of the time. It also gives us a bit of breathing space, because if we were to come across a scenario where there's maybe some pedestrians around, if they were to stumble into the road, we'd be obviously nice and clear. About a metre's distance is probably going to give you enough space and time to deal with any unexpected situation. If we have to get closer to parked cars or curbs, we just need to think about slowing our vehicle down. We need to think about getting closer. So rough rule, it's not exact science, 3 foot of space, so a metre, door's width, is going to allow you to go past the parked car or the curb at 30 miles an hour. 2 foot of space, so let's say we're going into a scenario where the road's getting a bit smaller, it's 2 foot of space, 20 miles an hour, and 1 foot of space is going to be 10 miles an hour. If you don't feel like you've got 1 foot of space on your left-hand side, the general rule is to stop. So if in doubt, just chicken out. Don't go through the gap. It's pretty simple. You don't want to take the risk if that's the case. I'm going to show you some reference points now in my car. Hope it helps. And yeah. Okay, so this is the parking position. When I'm parked a few inches away from the curb, this is what it will look like. As you can see, we've got a nice grass verge with the edge of pavement and then the road. The edge of the curb is bisecting or coming down on top of the windscreen wiper. You can see there's a black rectangle piece on the windscreen wiper, and it's just sitting to the left of the window wiper. In my car, this is what it looks like. In your car, it might be very similar. You might have something similar or some kind of bump or lump on your dashboard. You can use this as your reference point. If that edge of curb comes too far over, if it comes over to the right of that windscreen wiper bump, you know you're going to be really too close. If it's too far to the left, you know you're a bit too far away and you need to get a bit closer. What we're now going to do is we're going to move off and we're going to show you the reference point for when you're driving along. This is the driving position. I've parked, but I've left 1 metre from the curb. As you can see, the edge of the pavement is now running down more like the middle of the windscreen, and it's much further away than where it was when we were parking. Hope that helps. Another time we might need a reference point is when we're parking on the right hand side of the road. As you can see, the curb is coming down and bisecting the window more towards the right this time. Again, in your vehicle, you might find you have some kind of bump or marker point that you can use, but this is a really good way to know how close you are to the curb. I am really close to the curb. If you have a look, I'm really close to the curb. So that distance there relates to what that curb looks like just there. Hope that helps. So that was a video on road position, keeping the reference point in the correct place. Hope it helped. See you next time.